So now as we have integrated our logged in, so we also have our login user detail now. So in so in our wishlist service, wishlist service, see, here we have hard coded the user ID. So instead of this, we are going to get it from our auth service. Okay, so all the user detail are there in auth service, so we can get it from there. So we will remove all users things from here. Okay, then here also, okay, all hard coded user I have removed it. Here also we have a hard coded user. So before that, before making changes related to login in our wish list, we have to make changes to our backend. So let me open our backend first. So now what we are going to do is this wishlist controller, all the routes where we are not checking whether user is authorized or not to access. So for that we are going to add authorize attribute here. Authorize, okay, and roles will be, first we have to import it from Microsoft ASP.NET Core authorization, okay, and the roles will be admin and user, so both can access this routes, okay. Then instead of getting user in URI, what we are going to do is first remove this user from here, okay. We are going to access our user from JWT token, which will be coming as a bearer in a request, so that we can access as where user ID equals to user, okay, user dot identity dot, or instead identity we have to directly find, right? To find first method is there, okay, in that the property name which will be user ID and then value, okay. And from here also we have to remove the user ID, okay, user ID. So here we can get if token is valid we will get user ID, otherwise we will get empty string, okay. And it is here we have to pass as integer. So what we are going to do is if and then not equals to int 32, okay, and this will have try parse method in which we are going to pass our user from user ID value from our JW token, and then out as int user ID. We are trying to parse this value into our user ID, and if it is valid user ID means it will be number, right? So it will give us in a as a output in user ID, else it will return true or false. So if it is false, then that means user ID is not valid, so we have to return unauthorized, okay. Same thing we have to do for other routes also. Add, so Now in add we just require instead of, if we check this DTO, we are getting user ID and product ID, so we just require product ID. So I'm going to add it in the route only, and here it will be int product ID, and let's change it to get, as we are not passing anything now. Get, okay, user ID, and here also we have to change the method. Okay, so now instead of this add DTO, first will be int user ID and second will be int product ID. Okay, now let's go to implementation. In implementation, add right here, instead of item we have to replace it with user ID, then product ID, and same here also product ID. Okay, this changes is done, and instead of DTO we have to pass our user ID here and then product ID. Okay, so our add method is also done. We have changed it from post to get, and now for delete. So delete we do not require user ID, we just require pass product ID. Same, let's copy this code, paste it here, and remove user ID. Okay, so our changes is done to our controller. So in controller we have added authorize attribute, so only authorized user can access this routes and add it to wish list. Okay, so I have started our server. Okay, so now with this we have to first remove, so on UI we have already removed the hard-coded users. Okay, then here it is get now instead of post, it is get method. Okay, remove already removed from here. Okay, so we have done changes to our wishlist service. Then here also we have to make changes, right? And after that we are going to add our security to our wishlist redux. Okay, so in effects, so all this get wishlist then add to wishlist is only called for logged in users. So here, before calling this method we have to check if user is logged in. So for that we have to inject our auth service private auth service, okay, which will be of type auth service, okay. And then in merge, okay, here we have to check if this dot auth service dot is user logged in, okay, true or false it will give. So then we have to return this, else we have to same return this one. Return of an error will be what? User not logged in, right? Same thing we have to do for add and remove. So here's copy and then paste, and then this one cut, okay. For remove also same thing. Control A, Control K, Control F to format. Okay, so for all the effects, we have added a checked. So if user is logged in, then only it will trigger the our wishlist service. Otherwise, it will call the load wishlist failure action. Let's save it. Now let's see. Okay, for logged in user ID 1, it has loaded all the wishlist item for user ID of logged in user, which is 1 as of now. If I call remove, so it has removed that product, okay. Now one thing which is removed is icon here, right? To if user is logged out, he wants to log in, so here we can give an icon of login, so it will navigate the user to a login page. So let's add it. That we have to add in our header, right? Let me close all this tab. Now layout, header, and in header here shopping bag and favorite is done. So here we have to add same button. It will be login button, okay. Save. Let's see on UI. Okay, so we got our login button. Then we have to give a router link which will route it to login, okay. If I click, okay, I'm getting navigated to login page. After that, we have to create a template. Okay, ng template. And why this template? Okay, so if user is already logged in, so we have to hide this button and we have to show logout button. So for that I am creating one drop down in which a login user will get some menus like orders, whatever order he has, uh, so order history you can see, then user profile, logout button, all those menus we can add it there. So for that I am giving it a ID of logged in reference ID, and for this I am using this mat menu. Okay, so for this API is this mat menu module. So first will be button where we have to give mat menu trigger for, and then login menu, and then there will be login menu. Okay, mat menu. Now we have to also inject our auth service. Auth of type auth service. Okay, so we have injected our auth service here. Then okay, this mat menu is also done, and then this login button we have to show only if only if when user is not login, or dot user logged in. Okay, then only we have to show this login button, and this is logout button we can add our click event or dot logout. Okay, let's save it. I think we got some error. Okay, in else we haven't added that we have to show this template, right, where it is. So we have added a logic that if user is logged in, don't show this button, but in else we have to show that we have to show this if user is logged in. So else we have to give, so see, when user is logged in we are getting this user profile log icon, and we have username here and logout button. On click of logout, I think logout is not called. So instead of this, Control X, let's create a logout method here. So what we are doing, we are uh, calling logout. After logout, we are resetting the user. Okay, so we have to subscribe this user login. Okay, so we are going to make some changes here. So let's comment out for now this logic is user login. Okay, and it is going to return make this variable private first. Okay, this dot is user login and as observable. Okay, then after that, here this method is removed, right? So now instead of this we are going to require is user logged in method and add async pipe. Okay, let's see elsewhere we have used it. First, save all. Okay, so these are all the places where we have used this method function. So let's start resolving it. First, auth guard. Okay, so first changes we have done in our auth. Okay, then then we have to do it in our interceptor also. Same thing. Okay, so I have changed the name. Then as observable here, observable here, save all. Okay, okay, so our app started running. Now if I log out, let me restart it. Okay, so it has triggered our logout method. Then let's put debugger here. Some error, I think. Just subscribe it to Nikia. Okay, so we small mistake we made. We haven't subscribed it. Okay, user logged out successfully. Okay, so our icon is changed, but we should also redirect to our home page, right? So in auth card. Okay, so here let's try it. Change it to return. Our auth service is user logged in observable. Instead of subscribe, we have to just pipe this stream, and we are going to get is user authenticated. Remove this. Okay, and then all this logic, cut and paste it here. We have to tab this. Okay, tab. Okay, so our changes are done. So what we have to do, we have this is observable, right? So here we have to pipe this stream and tap the value of the stream. Okay, and if it is true, then we have to return true. If it is false, what we are doing, same thing, we are refreshing the user, and based on that we are returning true and false and navigating user to login page. Let's save. So everything is now depending upon this user authenticate, right? So now let's do one thing, remove this refresh user pipeline. This will have this will have this, and then after that this, Okay, then this tab will have this tab. Okay, remove this. Okay, also remove this. Save. Okay. Now let's see if okay, for wishlist it has redirect us to our login page. Then I will log in the user. Okay, so it has logged in and it has redirected us to our home page. Okay, now let's go to wishlist. Wishlist is loading. Now here if I log out, still it have not logged out us to our home page. So I think we have to route the user in our auth service logout method only. If it is succeed, okay, let's add it here only. So initially I thought to just keep all service free from routing, but I think we have to add it. Private router. Okay. And when user is successfully logged out, then we have to navigate user to login. Okay, so we are logged in. Let's go to wishlist. Wishlist is there. Now log out. Okay, we are redirect to our login page. Or instead of login, we can redirect user to home page. Okay, now we are login again. Wishlist, logout. Okay, home page. Nice. Now again, let's try to go to wishlist. It will navigate us to login page. Okay. Now it works good. Now let's again test a register user also. Username. Let's keep username Rahul 123 rahul@gmail.com. Password I will keep it. Match password also. Okay. Register. It has registered the user and navigate us to login page. Now let's log in with Rahul. Give password. Login. Okay. It has registered the. It has logged in the user Rahul, and see here username is there, and for him in wish list. It is loading wrong data. Is it still going hard-coded value somewhere? Okay, so there is one error which I know. that we are going to resolve in next video. Okay, so basically it is when we are logging out, it is not clearing our Redux store, so that we have to do it, so that we will do it in next video. So if you like my content, please subscribe my channel and give a like to this video. Thanks for watching.